1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, folks, uno momento. Let me get into my live stream. Yes, yes, yes. I can see myself. Let me mute myself. Yes, I have muted myself. If someone can tell me what the audio quality is like. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yes, yes, yes. So we have Giza, the Geezer in the house. Hello, Raphie. Hello, Giza. We have Leighton Evelyn in the house. Yo, Raphie. Yo, Leighton. Big Boys Boxing is in the house. Sup, bro? It's good. Leighton, Big Boy says it's good. Leighton Evelyn says it's good. The Geezer says it's clear as a bell. Clear as a bell. Shout out to Big Boys Boxing. Been listening to him for a while, and I had the privilege to be on his show the other day. So appreciated for that, Big Boy Boxing. Right, Leighton Evelyn is in the house. Marty Fieldman has populated the area. Good evening, Marty Fieldman. What's the topic? Leighton Evelyn isn't one for messing about. He's straight to the jugular. What's going on? What is going on? Well, that's going to be a little teaser for you, Leighton. First of all, I have to tell you about my day. Last night, hold on, let me just adjust my angles. Let me just adjust my angles. Okay. Okay, this is good. Right. Okay, let's go back a bit. Okay. One, two, let me just check this. Let me see how it stabilizes. Let me see how it stabilizes. A few seconds delay. I'll accept that. I'll go with that. Tommy Temper is in the house. Right, let's get into it. Let me tell you about my day. Last night, now listen, you have to understand, I'm a guy who's very rarely ill. Throughout all my years in school, every year minus one, every year I had a commendation, a little certificate for going to school every single school day. That's what my constitution's like. I don't get sick. It's very rare. Now, last night, I had a good day at work. Finish it off with a personal session, my own session. Felt great. I went out to dinner and I had seafood. Got some seafood. Came home, everything was good. And then a couple hours later, I had that terrible feeling. That terrible feeling that I was going to heave. I was going to heave. I knew it. And I sat there and I knew I was going to heave. I knew it. I rarely heave. So I went to the bathroom, sat on the toilet, had a bucket in front of me, and I sat there for a while. Must have been about half an hour with that terrible, terrible, terrible feeling. Got up. I hadn't thrown up yet, but I was wearing a t-shirt and I could see the sweat just bubbling on my skin. Just bubbling. I just watched it as it bubbled on my skin. Took my t-shirt off and I just saw the sweat bubbling all over my skin. Got a towel, put it over me, and the sweat just kept on bubbling, bubbling, bubbling. Didn't throw up. Got up and I thought I'm gonna have to go to bed now, knowing, yeah, like Evelyn said, seafood is the worst to get food poisoning. Knowing I had to go to bed, I was weak. I could barely stand up. This is all in the space of minutes. Could barely stand up, and I knew that I had to go to bed. There was nothing else I could do. I didn't have energy for anything else. but I knew I wanted to throw up. So I thought, I'm going to go to bed now, and then I'm going to want to throw up. And I'm too weak to walk. So I stood around. And eventually the feeling came. Went to the toilet. Anybody with a sensitive disposition, close your ears, because I started projectile. It was coming out like a flood. It was coming out like a flood. And I felt great that it came out because it was in there. I knew it was in there. You know, just projectile vomiting. And then I knew there was more in there. So I couldn't go anywhere. I had to say, please, all of it, come out. And then some more came out. And I had to will it. And then I willed the last portion of that stuff that was in my stomach. And it just came out. And it was such a great feeling. It was such a relaxing feeling. Still covered in sweat. Still butt naked, just a towel over me. Still sweating. But it was so good. Felt so good to be out. Felt so good. Anyway, wiped myself down with a towel. Kind of stumbled around a little bit. I have not reported it yet. I have not left the house. This was last night. I have not left the house today. Tomorrow is Saturday. I'll look into stuff tomorrow. But I was the only one who had seafood. My missus didn't have any seafood. So, you know, I'm just a sample of one. So got that out of my system, toweled myself down, walked around, made sure there was no one. Marty Fieldman. Marty Fieldman says it's a brilliant story. Toweled myself down, walked around a little bit, stumbled around. I thought, hopefully it's gone. I don't feel that way no more. Went to bed, and I slept soundly. But woke up and I thought, there's no way I'm risking going to work. I'm okay-ish, but not super strong. I'm not going to risk it. So anyway, I slept in late. So slept in very late. It's good, man. Big Boys Boxing says, feel better, but please, can we move on to boxing? The story's almost over. We're going to move on to boxing shortly. But the point is, woke up in the morning and I thought, well, I'm going to have a productive day. I'm not going anywhere, but I'm going to have a productive day. So I got out my phone, made the post, reminding everybody that there was a show on today. And I also found out how to post cards, how to make post polls in my videos. I recorded my first YouTube video. Yeah. Sky broadband. Oh, Julian Cleary doesn't have good broadband with Sky. So I learned how to post cards, you know, make polls. I recorded, this is supposed to be a bad day, remember? I recorded my first YouTube documentary. It's a 45-minute piece on Tyson Fury's claim to lineage. Leighton Evelyn says, you're learning, bro. It's trial and error, 100%. So I learned multiple things on my day off, on my sick day. Learned how to post polls. So you're going to see polls regularly now. Yeah, made my first long feature video. Had a disappointment when I tried to post it because waited all that time and then it said it wouldn't load. So I cut it in half and I've uploaded after this video, after this show. If you want to head on over to my my channel, you're going to see that video up. It's the first part about Tyson Fury's claim to lineage. I'm going to post the second part probably tomorrow, if not later tonight. It's wicked. I think it's a very good documentary when you see it after the show, not during the show. Don't go anywhere. I think a lot of people will be very happy with the details that I have gone into. It's a very detailed piece. Okay. So that was my day. That was my last night. And that was my day today. So even though I didn't go to work, I got a lot of shizzle done. So in essence, sick last night. We're very happy today. Okay. Right. So who else have we got in here? We've got Shola Ebo Finn. Ebo. Told me to call him Ebo. What's up, Raphie? Yeah, nothing as bad as seafood poisoning. I don't mess with it anymore. Yeah, it was rough. It was rough. Tommy Temper, Deli Belly. Had it a couple of times. Wipe me out, said the geezer. Jake Cleary, checking in, champ. Yes, Jake. Buffering bad from my end. Well, I may as well go into my latest story as well. Big Boy Boxing says every day you be learning something is a good day. 100%. My latest bit of good news is, so you get good and the bad, I have now got my EE. And with EE, I've got my broadband router. And it's the proper one. It's the fiber now. I was on copper. Now I'm on fiber. So I am very happy with that. So, yeah, the moral of the story is that even though you can have a bad day, a bad night, you can get through and have a great time. A winner is someone who keeps on pressing, keeps on persevering. And that's my message. Just keep on pressing, keep on persevering. I remember a guy, different channel. Peds isn't here, so I'm not going to go too deep in the story, but he'll appreciate it. He was a rival. He was a rival with a guy called Rich Piana, bodybuilder, died last year, or was it 2 years ago? Probably a year and a half ago. Big, huge mofo, full of steroids, full of synthetic stuff. You know, it's popping all over. But he was very big. Rich Piana, he started his own nutrition company from nothing. And he got huge in the business, in the YouTube community, in the game. And then, long story short, we'll go into it another time. We heard that he was in a coma. He fell, cracked his head. People said he went into a diabetic coma because he used insulin to grow even more muscle. Other people said he was on uppers and downers and whatnot. Long story short, he had a rival, a guy called Mac Truck. And they met. They were bad-mouthing each other. They met up at an expo. And Rich started to flex on Mac. And Mac cracked him in his mouth, popped in his mouth. And then Mac became public enemy number one to Rich's fans. And yeah, Ebo knows. Ebo knows. He looked so freakish, that piano guy. Yeah, he looked a total freak. So Mac Truck popped him in the mouth and became public enemy number one to Rich's fans. But he had a little cult following, just a small little cult following. Then he had a bad time. He got death threats from Rich fans and all this. It was a terrible, terrible scene. And his videos were few in number. You know, people weren't really watching them that much. But then we're talking about from turning something bad to good. But then over a period of time, picked up, kept on picking up. And I clicked onto one of his videos one day because I think I'm subscribed. And he had thousands of views. Thousands and thousands of views. And so that's just got me thinking. The moral of the story is just keep on pressing. Whatever you're doing, I know it might sound a bit cliched, but you know, those are living examples. Just keep on pressing. Keep on improving your skills in whatever is your field. Just keep on pressing. Keep on doing it. And boom, good things will happen. Right. I'll do my last roll call. Jay Cleary's in the house. Leighton Evelyn, the geezer, Big Boys Boxing. Every day you learn something. Fariza, good day. Donovan Williams is in the house. Stay off the seafood. For real. Shola Ibofin. Okay. Everybody's present. Tommy Temper's in the house. Now let's get into it. First topic. Canelo Alvarez versus Daniel Jacob. That fight. First of all, this is a poll. I hope everybody's at their keyboards. Who here is going to be watching that fight? Hope everybody's at the keyboards. Type in yes or no, yay or nay. Canelo Alvarez versus Daniel Jacobs. Who here is going to be watching that fight? Tommy Temper says yes. All right, Tommy, while we're waiting for people to populate, Marty Fieldman says yeah. Everybody, after you type yeah, give me a pick and how. After you typed in yeah or nay, give me your pick and how. Marty Fieldman says yeah. Lions Fitness Principles in the house. He says yeah. Real fight. The Geezer says yeah. Jay Cleary says yeah. And now the method. Who do you think will win? Sorry. Donovan Williams will be recording it. Okay. Canelo on point says Big Boy Boxing. While you're typing in your predictions, everybody give me your predictions. I will give you mine. Okay. I'll give you my views on the fight in general. Everybody keep on writing your predictions in while I'm giving you my thoughts. Okay. First thing I have to say is that we as boxing fans, we know the fight's happening. We know the fight's happening, but there's been there's something with the build-up. I'll be watching the fight, but there's been something with the build-up. Keep your predictions coming in, folks. There's been something with the build-up that personally I feel is lacking. The build-up is lacking. As boxing fans, we're all going to be watching the fight. Most of us are going to be watching that fight because we know it's two top contenders. But I have to say, the build-up has been underwhelming. It has been underwhelming. I don't know if it's got something to do with the drama of the heavyweights recently, where we just can't get to see certain fights. But with those fights, the build-up in the heavyweights, the build-up, the temperature in the heavyweight is boiling points. It's at boiling point. We're waiting for certain fights to happen. We're waiting for Wilder to sign to fight Joshua. The offer's there. We're waiting for Fury to see what his situation with. Can he come out? Can he fight elsewhere other than ESPN? The heavyweight is at boiling temperature. It's exciting. We're waiting. We're with bated breath. We're anticipating what's going to happen. But this fight, although it's a quality fight, and I will be watching it, there has been something. Yeah, Leighton Evelyn hits the nail on the head. It's because it's not on mainstream TV. Because it's not on mainstream TV, it's like, or even a major satellite channel. It's on a new thing. It's on DAZN. So what I'm saying is that DAZN really need to figure out a way to engage non-DAZN people. He is on Sky over here. But the build-up has been lacking. A message to Eddie Hearn. You've really got to work on the marketing when your stuff is on DAZN. You can't just keep it DAZN. You really, message to Eddie Hearn's marketing department, you really have to push it out there. You really have to market your product way far and beyond DAZN to get people excited. The people who know boxing already know that it's an exciting matchup. The people who know boxing already know it's going to be, I imagine, a great fight. But outsiders, the casual fans or the casuals, they may not know. So you're really going to have to work on that marketing department. Work on that marketing department. Get it out there. My prediction is got to be Canelo. I believe that Jacob has seen his apex of his ability. I think he's been there. I think he was there with the Triple G fight. Many people he think he won that Triple G fight. I cannot argue with that. That was wafer thin. I think that was his apex. And then he slowly on the downward spiral coming down. Whereas I think Canelo is pretty much, if not at his peak, he's approaching his peak. So I think it's going to be a Canelo victory. I'd be happy if Jacob surprises me, but I think it's a Canelo victory. By, is it going to be KO? I don't think Canelo knocks him out, although Canelo does have power. I don't think Canelo knocks him out. I think Jacob has enough boxing smarts not to get knocked out. But I do think it's going to be a victory for Canelo by points or late TKO. Ooh, that's a tough one. It could be either, but I have to pick a side. I'm going to say Canelo by points. That will be my pick. The geezer said I brought Now TV last week with Sky Sports, so could watch this month's boxing for 30 quid. Like Nevlin says, knockout round 10. You heard it here first. Big boys. I love Jacob to win. I'd love Jacob to win. Do I think it's going to happen? No, but I'd love him to win. I also want to see the rematch, which should have happened, which is Jacob v Triple G. To be honest with you, I'd be more excited to see Jacob versus Triple G than I am to see this one, because I think both Jacob and Triple G are both seeing their apex and are slowly on their way down from their best. So to me, this is a great fight and I'll watch it, but I would rather see Triple G versus Jacob. To me, that's a very, very equal fight. Whereas I see this one, the younger Canelo as having the edge. Big boy says, yeah, I think Jacobs will get knocked down at least once, maybe twice. Yup. Let's go through some of the other comments. Big boy boxing, I'm watching for sure. Tommy Temper, yes. Marty Philman, yes, I'm watching. Lions Fitness, yeah, it's a real fight. The Geezer, yes. Jay Cleary, yes. Donovan Williams, I'll be recording it. Big boy boxing, Canelo on points. Tommy Temper, Charlotte both in proper fight. Tommy Temper, Clenero robbery. Leighton Evelyn, yes. Knockout Canelo. Whoops. Late rounds, yup. Lion Fitness, principles, points win or stoppage for Canelo. Donovan Williams, Canelo points 12. Hope I'm wrong. Yeah. The Geezer, reckon a points split. Interesting. Yeah, so I haven't heard Marty Fielman, camel toe by a dreadful judging decision. Yeah. So I have yet to see one single person say, I've yet to see one single person say they think Jacob is going to win. That could be telling. That could be very telling, because I don't think he's going to win either. So that is interesting. Whereas I see, I hope I'm wrong, but I hope I'm wrong on that. I hope Jacob can pull something out. Although to me, I really don't have a dog in the fight. I hope it's a nice 50-50 matchup. Like I say, Canelo is just approaching his prime. Jacob is on the other side of it. Let's see. Let's see what happens. But like I said, the fight that I really want to see is Triple G versus Jacob. Right. So that's the first topic out of the way, done and dusted. Tyson Fury versus Schwartz is the second topic of the day. Tyson Fury versus Schwartz. Now, when you get out of here, please feel free to go and visit the first part of my documentary on Tyson Fury. Larry Neville says, yeah, I'm not bothered who wins, just line it's a good fight. Yeah, I think you're referring to the Canelo Alvarez versus Daniel Jacobs fight. Cool. Now we're looking at Tyson Fury versus Schwartz. And like I said, when you get out of here at the end of this, due to finish at 10:30, 1.5 hour show, as per usual, feel free to go over and check out the first part of my documentary. It's a two-parter, and it's on Tyson Fury's claim to lineal championship. I go into that. I take it apart. I dismantle it. It's interesting. I use sources, credible sources. I have them up on the screen so you can see that for yourself. I show receipts. I show facts. Facts. Yes, Tommy Temper. Leighton Evelyn says, I seen Tyson saying Schwartz is the same as Joshua. Tyson Fury really ought to lay off whatever he's on. You know, a joke is good, but sometimes people don't know the uninitiated don't know you're joking, Tyson. So they might take what you're saying for seriousness. Okay, so it's Tyson Fury versus Schwartz. Now, of the three champions, well, is Tyson a champion? I say no. I'll go into that in the documentary. But let's call him lineal for the sake of this argument. Of the three champions, Big Boy Boxing says, "Law, is Schwartz German?" For joke. Oh man. Of the three of them, let's call Tyson Fury a champion. I don't think he is. I go into depth in that in the lineal means undisputed. Yeah, I dismantle all of that in the documentary. I go in deep. When you get out of here, go to the documentary, please. I go in deep, and remember that's just part one. Okay, part two to follow. It's already recorded. I couldn't get both of them up at the same time. It was one piece. Spent all the time waiting for it to upload. Then at the very end, it says this video will not upload. I wish YouTube would just tell people, no, you've got this amount of time or that amount of time. I tried to upload a 45-minute piece and it wouldn't upload. After all the time waiting for it to upload, I had to go back, cut it in half, and then fortunately it uploaded. You know, I had the fiber now. I thought it'd have been half. I thought it'd been much quicker. It was quicker, but still, you know. It's more tongue and clap promotion from Tyson. Yeah, it is. It is. Leighton Evelyn said, I won't pay for that Tyson show if it's pay-per-view. No way, no how. No way, no how. Tommy Temper, don't take away my hero from me in the documentary. Tommy Temper, I snatch your hero. I snatch your hero and put him in the back of the van and give him a good talking to. Sorry, Tommy, bro, going deep. But it's all very fair. I'm very fair in it. And I show all the receipts. All the receipts. My sources are all credible. I keep them up on the screen. It's a wonky angle, but ignore that. Yeah, I'll be upgrading the video work as well. Okay, I'm a Fury fan. Buddy talks. Yeah. Listen, I'm a Fury fan. I was gonna go and watch him I was gonna go to LA and watch him versus Wilder. I was on the verge of doing it. But then instead of that, I looked at how much it would cost and I said, instead of that, I know I'm gonna be starting my YouTube channel soon. And so I thought I'm gonna invest that in a computer and all the sound stuff that I need. So I took the Tyson Fury money that I was going to spend to see the fight, and I invested it in my own channel, which I knew was coming. Marty Fieldman, I have no idea how good Schwartz is. Well, I'll tell you how good he is. He's ranked. I think they may have moved him up recently, but Schwartz, who is, for the uninitiated, Tyson Fury's next opponent, Schwartz was ranked 45 in the BoxRec. It was ranked 45 in BoxRec, and now He's ranked. I think he might have moved off a few places since they've announced his fight with Fury. And strangely, he's kind of ranked in the top 10. Schwartz is ranked in the top 10 with the IBF, in the IBF rankings. But also strangely, or not so strangely, Fury is also ranked. Let me turn up my blood levels in my headphones. Okay. Well, unfortunately, a lot of low-ranking fighters are ranked highly in the IBF. So the low-ranked fighters are ranked highly, and the high-ranked fighters are ranked lowly in the IBF. There's a reason for everything. There's a reason for that too. I'm not going to go into it now, but we'll do a breakdown on organizing bodies and how and why they rank the way they do. That will be one for the future. That'll be one for the future. Okay, but sticking with the Tyson Fury thing. Tyson clearly is going to walk over Schwartz. Schwartz is not a top 10, not a top 20, and really not a top 30 contender. That is the plain truth. Schwartz is not. He's in the 30 bracket. Yeah, he's in the 30s. So he's moved up from 45 into the 30s bracket. So he's 30 something. So to be top 30, you got to be 29. You got to be 30 and under. 30, top 30 or 30 to 40. Yeah, he's in 30 to 40. He's in the 30 to 40 bracket. That is Schwartz's level. So Fury's gone over to ESPN and, as predicted, is getting subpar fights. Now, everybody needs an easy one every now and then. Even Dillian White is a harsh critic. Even Dillian White says everyone needs an easy one every now and then. Every now and then. There's one hell of a log. There's one hell of a delay on my YouTube channel. I see a hell of a delay. I see myself in real time on the other one. Okay. Right. Maybe I can overlay this. Yeah, I can. I've overlaid it. That's better. I can see myself in real time. Right. So that is Tyson Fury's matchup. He's got a walkover. Everybody needs a walkover from time to time. But this one is taking the mickey. It really seems to be taking the mickey. So my prediction for that one is Tyson Fury by ease. Tyson Fury by ease. Not even close. It's not competitive. It's a walkover. Like I was saying, even Dillian White says everyone needs a walkover from time to time. Everyone needs an easy fight from time to time. And this is an easy fight for Tyson Fury. Talking about easy fights, well, first of all, let me go into the chat and see what people are saying. Leighton Evelyn, I won't pay for that if it's pay-per-view, nor shall I. Big Boy Boxing, it's more tongue and clack promotion from Tyson, indeed. I'm a Fury fan, but he talks, says the geezer. Tommy Temper, I'm going to need therapy after. Tommy, you will need therapy after watching my documentary because it goes in pure, but it's purely honest. And all my sources are there. I keep them up on the screen so people can see there is no lying involved. Marty Fieldman, I have no idea how good Schwartz is. Marty Fieldman, let me rephrase that. You have no idea how bad Schwartz is. Big Boys Boxing, you can upload longer vids, but you have to activate a couple of things. It's in additional features. I can help you with a screen share call later if you like. Big Boy Boxing, I will appreciate that. We'll arrange a time when we can do that. But after I finish my shows, I just like to crash out, mate. I just like to crash out. But I will take you up on that offer at some point that's mutually convenient. Thank you. Donovan Williams, lineal and undisputed aren't the same thing. C. Tyson v. Spinks. Can you expand on that, Donovan? It's interesting. Or just post up a link or something. We'll want to go into that at a later point. The Tommy Temper, it'll be okay, says the geezer. Leighton Evelyn, fourth best in Germany. Yeah, I've said that. See, I've seen that said somewhere else. For anybody who's wondering, yeah, Schwarzer is the fourth best heavyweight in Germany. So if that gives you a measure. Geezer, I'm not a fanatic. I'm just a fan, says Tommy Temper. Buck Shrek, he's in the 30 bracket, says the Geezer. Leighton Evelyn, Fury still won't knock him out. No, I'm not expecting a knockout from Fury. If he does, that will be very interesting. I'm not expecting a knockout. All right, Leighton Evelyn, Bob and his it fights. Yeah, Bob Arum and his Bob Arum certainly keeps his fighters pampered. If Schwartz wasn't WO number 2, the fight wouldn't be happening. That is correct. That is correct. It's a selling point. He's number 2, WBO number 2. What does that mean? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. He's just the fourth in Germany. The fourth in Germany. Marty Fieldman has an interesting hypothesis. Tyson will take the piss out of him for 10 rounds and then have a lapse in concentration and get knocked out. That would be terrible. Unrivaled Boxers in the house and says, what's up, Unrivaled? The Geezer says, Leighton Evelyn, he fights the same all the time. He pretty much does Tyson. Big Boys Boxing. Schwartz had real issues with Gashi before Gashi got DQ'd. That should give you an idea of his quality. Yes, it does. Mike Tyson was undisputed, says Donovan William, undisputed champion, but not regarded the lineal until he beat Spinks, who'd beaten Holmes. Okay, so we're up to date. We are up to date. So that polishes off that one. And just on a side note, talking about easy fights, who thinks that Breezel is not going to be an easy fight for Wilder? I repeat the question. Just put a short, brief answer in the comment section. Who out there thinks that Breezel is not going to be an easy fight for Wilder? Okay, right. Nobody has said that Breezel is okay. The Geezer thinks that Breezel is not going to be. Tommy Temper says that Breezel is not Unrivaled. I think he can catch Deontay, but ultimately think the man will be stopped. Big Boys Boxing says Breezel is so slow, he's almost a stationary target. Right. Thanks for those responses. And I'll go in with mine. Breezel, this is going to be harsh. And this is no disrespect to Breezel. Breezel, if you're watching, please don't take this as disrespect. But Breezel, to me, is like a walking punching bag. He is a walking punching bag. The man, letting everything thinks he'll go the distance. That's interesting. That is interesting. That is very interesting. You think he's going to go the distance because Wilder will not be able to knock him out. Well, even if Wilder, I can't remember. Did he finish the fight on his feet against Joshua, or was he knocked out? Was it a TKO or a KO? If I remember correctly, it was a TKO, meaning he was still standing and just taking one hell of a beating against Joshua. He was standing, correct me if I'm wrong. He was standing, and when the ref finished the fight, did he even get dropped? I haven't watched the fight for years. Did Breezel get dropped against Joshua? Did Breezel get dropped against Joshua? He was on the deck, says Leighton Evelyn. He went down. Okay. But the fight was stopped when he was on his feet, yeah? Breezel is a tough dude. He gets through the early rounds, anything can happen. Yeah. Okay. So I believe, if I'm wrong, I'll correct it to the later date. I believe the referee stopped the fight when he was standing, even though he went down. So, anybody who's saying Breezel is a tough dude, they never said it was a knockout. I'll have to go back and watch that fight or watch the end of it anyway. I believe he was standing when the ref waved it off. Much like the Klitschko. Much like Klitschko. He got dropped twice and the ref waved it off when he was standing. Okay, so he is a tough son of a gun. He can take a beating. Nah, the ref stopped on the second knockdown. Okay, the second knockdown. That's what big boy boxing. Okay, I'll take that. The ref pull is... Okay, I'll take that. He got up after it was stopped. Okay, I'll take that. Right, so he got up after he stopped. So Breezel is one tough son of a gun. He can take a beating. He's a bit like a walking punch bag, but he can hit also later. After he's taken his beating, he can hit. He seems like he can't pull out a big hit while he's taking a beating. He can only pull out a big strike after the air's gone out of the opponents a little bit. He was done anyway. Yeah, he was done. He was totally done. He was toast. So the best case scenario a Breezel fan can hope for, or anyone wishing to bet on Breezel, is that he can take a beating. It always involves him taking a beating against the top guys. He'll take a beating, weather it, and come back. That's the best case scenario for Breezel. So the question is, how much of a beating can he take? Big Boys Boxing says, makes me cringe watching him. He takes so many big shots. I worry for his brain. Well, that's exactly what I was coming to. How can it be healthy? How can it be healthy for a man to be taking those shots? How can it be healthy for a man to be taking those shots? It's not healthy. So for someone to say to me, yeah, he takes big shots and then come back, that's not good. That's not good. That is really not healthy for him to be taking those shots. It's not just his brain. I mean, he's taking those shots to the body, the soft body. That soft body. And that comes on to another thing. How can a man who trains professionally for a living, how can a heavyweight boxer who trains professionally for a living, this is his living, how can he turn up into the ring at 33% body fat? 33% body fat. Who is his nutritionist? Who is his nutritionist? You know, it's ridiculous. Surely he'd be more functional if he lost some of that fat. Even if he just came down to 20% body fat. But the man's walking around the rings with titties. The man is walking around with titties. And I don't think that's healthy. I don't think that's healthy. He's not fighting at optimal weight. There is something seriously wrong with his nutrition. When you're fighting at the higher echelon, surely you have to have all of your T's dots, all of your T's crossed, and your I's dotted. There is something wrong with the way that man is eating. You can't tell me you're training twice a day for 3 months. You train twice a day for 3 months, and you come in the ring with titties. You come in the ring with titties, just like Stavern the other day, the last 2 times. Coming in the ring with moobs, with man boobs. After 3-month training camp twice a day, there is something seriously wrong with his choice of food and the quantities. Heavyweights got fat in the 90s. Yeah, they got sloppy. They got big and fat. Who was that big fat one? The Bay of Pigs? Remember when Larry Holmes was fighting? Was he David Bay? Was he fighting David Bay? And Larry Holmes called him the Bay of Pigs. You know? Ruiz, Leighton Nevlin. Leighton Nevlin knows I like Ruiz, so he's asking me, what about Leighton Nevlin? What about Ruiz? Listen, I wish that I could work with Ruiz. Listen, I can put my clients on hold. I can work with them remotely. Yeah, I would fly over to Ruiz's camp and I would trim that wild boar midriff of his. The wild boar midriff. I would trim that down. I would trim that down. That would get that guy looking svelte. Looking svelte. Change up the nutrition. Change up the nutrition and give him low impact cardio. Low impact cardio. Well, you got to mix it in with his other training. You got to mix it in with his body training. Low impact cardio. Every day. 7 days a week. Alternated high intensity HIIT training interval. High intensity intervals. But with his weight, it has to be low impact. It has to be, 30 pounds over. It's probably about 60 pounds overweight. No, that's a bit exaggerating, but that guy could drop a lot of fat and replace that with lean muscle, lean tissue. Lean tissue. Yeah, so I'd work with that guy and reform him, restructure him, cut the body fat, replace that with lean tissue. And don't get it twisted either. Ruiz has got a lot of lean tissue under the fat. You know, seems to me like he's got a strong core. It's just that the same with Dominic Breezel, he has a serious issue with what's on his plate. He's putting the wrong things on his plate in the wrong quantities. If he got somebody to work with him on what he's putting in, it would have a massive difference. Massive difference. So, yeah, Breezel getting busted up. It's not healthy. It's not healthy getting busted up. That's what's going to happen. It's getting busted up. Okay. Last but one. Shelly Finkel. We're going to talk about Shelly. We're going to end up with a light-hearted topic. But the last but one is a serious one. It's Shelly Finkel on TBV. How many people saw Shelly Finkel on TBV? Let me know in the comment section, please. How many people saw the Shelly Finkel interview on TBV? A, or B, the Shirley Winkle, says the geezer, or B, have seen segments of it, Leighton Evelyn saw it, or have seen segments of it elsewhere, or get the general thrust and the gist of it. How many people? Okay. Aaron Mason in the house. Okay, so keep on populating, keep on typing in your responses. Okay, so I can get into it now. Aaron Mason, big up in the house. Geezer, Leighton Evelyn, Marty Fieldman, Unrivaled, Donovan Williams, Tommy Temper, A.A. Blunts, Big Boy Boxing. Okay, so I've done a video on that too. Check it out. Haven't seen it, says Donovan Williams. If you haven't seen it, go into my videos a couple of videos ago. I covered it. It's a good one. Donovan Williams, check that out. Aaron Mason, good to see you, bro. Keep your head in the books. Get that A grade. I know you're studying hard. Good man. Seen it. Unrivaled says he's seen it 5 times to make sure I caught everything. I haven't seen it. I haven't watched it all the way through. I watched a few minutes of it and I took a clip because I've seen everybody else comment on it, so I think I've got the gist of it. I took a clip from the very, very start of it. I think he says, well, our plate's full this year, but hopefully we'll be able to meet AJ or so certainly negotiate with AJ sometime next year. So he's talking about 2020. He's talking about his plate's full. Hit the like button. Leighton Evelyn reminded me to remind you to hit that like button, folks. There's more people in here than we have hits. So hit that like button, please. Hit that like button. Light it up. Light it up. Hit the like button. Make it change. Make a change. Yes, I see it moving. It's moving. It's moving. It's moving. Right. So what's going on here? What's going on in the chat? Shelly Finkel. Okay, let's see. All right. Ethan Evelyn, seen it. Geezer, seen it. Aaron Mason, saw it. Marty Fieldman, no, seen nothing. Marty Fieldman hasn't seen it. Tommy Temper, seen it. Ethan Evelyn, Shirley dropping bombs. Yeah. Not good bombs. Haven't seen it. Haven't seen it happening, mate. Good. Good, Aaron. Leighton Evelyn, hit the like button. Yes. Oh, yeah. A few people have hit it now. Yeah. Good reminder. On Rival Boxing. Yo, that impression is spot on. Yeah, man. I did it the first time in the video. Check out the video, folks. I've done a video about Fieldman. Finkel. Right. I should do that more often. I should do more impressions of him, man. I'm rolling. The message. Show the message. Oh, good impersonation. Good impression. Yeah, I should do it more often. Wiseness constantly interrupts Hearn, but apologizes when he does to Finkel because he's a cheeky individual. That's why. Thinks he doesn't have to respect Hearn for some strange reason. I don't know. Some people are like that. You give them a little bit of time, they think they don't have to respect. I don't know. What's his name? Hearn. Barry Hearn gives him too much time. That's why. And then Finkel keeps himself limited. So when the kid Aquaman has access to Hearn, Finkel, he feels so privileged. Hearn gives him too much access to tell him to do one. I don't want to swear. It's a family show. I've heard that families are listening to this now. So try to keep things clean. Okay, so Finkel. Let me get into it. Let me say what I'm saying. Hit the like button. Yes, people are hitting the like button now. And also, if you haven't subscribed, I know most of you have. If you have not subscribed, then kindly do so. I've been told by someone in the know that it helps with the visibility of the show. So hit the like and subscribe. Right, where are we? Let's get into this conversation now. What I want to say. Right, so Finkel. Right, so I think it's no secret now that Finkel has no intention of allowing his man, Deontay Wilder, to face Joshua anytime soon. So my question is this. It's a very short question. It's a very brief question. Whatever happened to one name, one face, one champion? Talk to me about that. What happened to that? Who was the man who would say that? There was a man who used to say one name, one face, one champion. What happened to that? One name, one face, one champion. That was the catchphrase of one Deontay Wilder. That was his catchphrase. There should be one name, one face, and one champion. That was his catchphrase. And I'll give you another catchphrase. This is catchphrase now. The show's turned to catchphrase. Catchphrase time. Who said this? Whose catchphrase was this? Don't wait. Make the date, mate. For the bonus point, whose catchphrase was this? Don't wait. Make the date, mate. For anybody who doesn't know, that was Deontay Wilder's catchphrase. Don't wait. Make the date, mate. But yet, now the date's been made. Well, now the money's offered. The date's whenever you want it to be. Yeah. Oh, he was given a date. Now, all of a sudden, there's no play. All of a sudden, now the offer's been made. All of a sudden, it's, well, we have our plates full for the rest of this year. So we'll be looking to enter talks sometime next year. I've developed a good relationship with John Skipper, and so we'll be looking to enter talks with him. next year. What's that all about? What is that all about? Aaron Mason said, I'm more annoyed about him saying he has other plans. I have other plans. I have other plans. We have other plans. Unification is not on our agenda for 2019. Yeah, I'm busy. I'm too busy to unify. We're too busy for unification. Deontay Wilder's new thing is that we are too busy for unification. What the is that all about? How things have changed. How things have changed. What a difference an offer makes. He gets the big offer. He gets the big Dan's offer. And all of a sudden, man's gone ghost. Man is unavailable. Man doesn't have time for unification. Man's plate is... I'm going to make a video on this. Man doesn't have time for unification. Shelley Finkel. No time to unify. That's the state of play with Wilder. No time to unify. He hasn't got time. He's got to fight the soft body Breezel. And then, later on in the year, Finkel said, I asked you if you saw the video, the interview. Later on in the year, Finkel says, we'll be looking to meet up with Ortiz. So Deontay Wilder's schedule for 2019 is soft body Breezel, the walking punch bag. The 50-year-old Cuban who's being held hostage by his own team. They don't even tell him what the offers are. He's effectively being held hostage. It's like a siege situation over there at the Ortiz camp. He's being held hostage by his team. They don't tell him how much he's being offered. They tell him when he can fight and when he can't fight, who he can fight and who he can't fight. I don't know what the arrangement is, but they own him. He falls into the category that Barry Hearn was talking about. It's as if they own the guy. He has no say in his career. He can fight when they tell him he can fight. His team have turned down a $7 million offer, dollars. His team have turned down $7 million on his behalf, dollars, and he's gonna fight for. He'd be lucky to get half of that against Wilder. I don't even think he gets half of that. If he gets half of that from what do you call him? PBC. If he gets half of that from PBC, that's a raise. That's a 6-time raise. That's a 7-time raise. They give him $3.5 million. What's that? That's 7 times what he got paid before. If they give him $3.5 million, if they give him half of what Eddie Hearn and Dan's are going to give him, if they give him half of that, that's a 7-time increase on what he got paid to fight the guy before. So he's turned down a fight with his team on his behalf. Have turned down a fight with Joshua to go and fight for a fraction of what he would have got paid. But it's the same thing that Deontay Wilder's done. He's turned down Eddie Hearn, the zone offer to go elsewhere and fight for a fraction. That's how PBC, Premier Boxing Champions, are rolling, headed by Al Heyman. That's how they're rolling. They're not going to come past their fence. Their mom aren't going to let them come out to play. They're staying behind that PBC fence. Why? Because they don't want to lose any champions. And they don't want anybody else to have their scalps. That's the sad reality. Sad reality of the situation. Let me go into the comments. We're almost there. We're almost finished. We're ahead of schedule. Kept it nice and tight. Nice and tight. Yeah, smash that like button, folks. Where am I? Let me see what's going on with the like button. Smash that like button if you're If you have not done so already, please. Yeah. Those likes count. Smash the like button if you have not already do so. Thank you. Right. Okay. Let's get into the chat. Let's get into the chat. Yes. Regarding Wilder's statements, it was all jealousy. It was all jealousy and all talk. Because Wilder has been given the offers and he hasn't stepped forward. So now he has to pretty much shut his mouth, really. That's all he can do, shut his mouth. Just keep his head down and fight the soft-bodied people that are being put in front of him. Soft-body Breezel, Old Man Ortiz. And then after Old Man Ortiz, looks like it's going to be Kawanaki the beginning of 2020. He hasn't fought once this year. So it's going to be Soft-body Breezel first. Old Man Ortiz second, end of the year. Beginning of the year, Kawanaki, who I don't think will be able to handle the firepower. Kawanaki, who declined the Joshua fight. The geezer says total disgrace. They were trying to make like AJ look like a duck. But it's backfiring now, absolutely. They call him the American World Champion. Yeah, says Marty Phelan. That's what they call him, the American World Champion. They should call him the American Champion and cut the world out. Look at, mind you, I covered that in the documentary, the Tyson Fury documentary, so I won't go into it now. But look at their opponents. I'll go into that in the documentary. Check it out immediately after this live feed, if you will, or at your convenience, obviously. I like when he was over London saying stuff, then went back to the USA and found his voice. Yeah, over London, not saying stuff. Yeah, says Leighton Evelyn. Or when he was over in London covering the Joshua fight, he was quiet as a lamb. He was quiet as a lamb. Then he gets over to US. I don't think he's got a mind of his own. I think other people kind of influence him. I think he would have took the fight. I think he would have took the 15 million back in the day because that was more money than he'd ever seen. And to this day, it's more money than Wilder's ever seen. To this day, 15 million is more money than Wilder's ever seen. So I think he would have took it, but his handlers sat him down, talked to him, and he came back with a different vibe. Aaron Mason, I'm more annoyed about him saying he has other plans than to unify. Yeah, that's hella annoying. That's hell of annoying. Extremely annoying. Yeah. Tommy Temper, Marty Fieldman. That's what Wilder said. Then corrected it to world champion. Yeah. Said the American champion, and then who is it? Jerry Cooney. Who's interviewed Jerry Cooney. Wilder said, I'm the American champion. I'm the champion of America. I'm the champion of America. And then Jerry Cooney said the world. And then Deontay said the world. But no, he views himself as the champion of America. Let's be honest, he views himself as the champion of America. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted. Tommy Temper, it started with, it's all about legacy. It's not about money. It's about being undisputed. He went from it's not about money to 50-50 or no fight. Yeah, things changed. Went from being about legacy to 50-50 or no fight. I've been undervalued all my career, and I'm sick of it. To this day. Jay Cleary, then AJ got to show up at Wilder Breezel. Should he show up at Wilder Breezel? Should AJ show up at Wilder Breezel when that guy, that Wilder guy, that Wilder guy is clearly going to duck him? He should. Should he? I should have a vote. I should do a poll on that. Should Joshua turn up at Wilder Breezel? Wilder's just going to be up there flailing around, acting like a fool. That's an idea, you know. That's an idea. I'm going to do a poll on it. I'm undecided. Because, you know, they're spinners. The whole Wilder camp of spinners. I'm wondering how they're going to spin it. You know, for every action, there's a reaction. How are they going to spin it? For all of their faults when it comes to PR and twisting narratives, they have a whole YouTube army who specialize in twisting narratives. And for every action, there's a reaction. So I'm wondering how they're going to twist it. Because you know they're going to twist it. If he shows up, my instincts tell me there's going to be a twist, and I don't know what the twist is. What's the twist? I have to chew on that. But I know there's going to be a negative twist. They're going to find a way to find a negative in that, in Joshua showing up. They're going to find a way to find a negative because whatever he does, they're still going to be fighting Breezel next. He's still going to be fighting Old Man Ortiz next. So the best possible outcome could be that he gets to fight Wilder early next year instead of Wilder fighting Kawanaki. I'm wondering how they're going to spin it. They always find a way. The Wilder side always find a way to put a negative spin on things. Anything Joshua does. That's my concern. In an ideal world, he could just show up and say, yeah, I'm here. I'm the champ. I'm the unified champ. What are you saying? But they'll find a way. They will find a way to put a negative spin on it. That is my concern. Joshua needs to fight just mandatories from now. I totally agree. Because they can't use money as an excuse. I totally agree. That says Leighton Evelyn. Just fight the mandatories. And when the other so-called big boys want to step up, let them step up. Let them book an audience. Let them ask for a meeting. I totally agree with that because his mandatories are tough anyway. He's in 3 bodies, in 3 governing bodies. He's not getting any pushovers. Wilder with 1 belt is getting all the pushovers. Fury now is getting pushovers. And Fury's getting pushovers for a while. Sefi Safiri, who was the other guy he fought, the non-ranking guy he fought. Now he's then he fought Wilder. Fair play, tough fight. Now he's gone back to unranked people. Fury's had it the easiest. Or Wilder. Who's had it the easiest, Fury or Wilder? That's another poll. There's too many polls. There's too many things going on in my head. Let me write this down. Who's had easier opponents? Fury or Wilder? It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. Pablo's in the house. Sorry, I've been decorating, bro. You'll watch the show when you. Yes, respect, Pablo. Respect. That's cool, bro. You gotta take care of the house. Absolutely. I'm gonna be up on the roof tomorrow. There's a song about that, up on the roof. Yeah, the geese are soft body Breezel, soft body Ortiz, and soft body Cowan. Oh man. Oh boy. I think Ortiz has the hardest body of them all, and he's like 50. That's mad. That says the geezer. John Warrior's in the house. Heard Wilder, Breezel ticket, not selling. Yeah, I saw something by Sporting Icons, but I've been busy today. It's funny, I've been sick. I'm off work sick today, but I've been busy. How does that make sense? Been too busy to sit down too long. How does that make sense? That's mad. Yeah. John Warrior said, I heard Breezel tickets aren't selling too good. They're even trying to sell tickets on Groupon. Wilder doesn't sell tickets. Wilder does not sell tickets. Fighting in 2 weeks? Is the fight so soon? Is Breezel Wilder so soon? 2 weeks? Really? Evelyn says 2 weeks. The geezer said John Warrior, Groupon. That's well funny. Yeah, I think when Wilder was fighting Fury the first time, they were on Groupon too. Yes, put it on him. Yeah. Jay Cleary says go and put it on him. He should do. I can see an argument for that, Jay Cleary. He's saying that AJ should show up at Wilder versus soft body Breezel and put it on him. Yeah, I can see an argument for that. Let the world see him duck. Yeah, I'll be stuttering like a duck. He'll be stuttering like a duck. Have you seen my last thumbnail for one of my last videos with Wilder on there? I'd be cracking up, crease me up. Like, looks like Daffy Duck. No disrespect, Wilder, but he looked like Daffy Duck. He really reminded me of Daffy Duck with that thumbnail. Check out the thumbnail. My last video view a couple of videos ago. Marty Fieldman. The 1,001 Voices of Raphael. Yeah, man, I used to do that kind of thing. I haven't practiced my voices for a long time. That was some kiddie stuff, things we used to do as kids. You could pull off the best imitations. I haven't really done that for a while, but it seems like I've still got the skills, man. I've still got the skills. Yeah, should pull up and embarrass him, says Leighton Evelyn. That's Joshua to Wilder. Yeah, I'm still thinking of the negative spin. You have to look at all the angles. I'm still trying to think how they're going to spin that negative. You know that Wilder has a negative spin machine. You know that. It's like a war council where you have to meet and think of every possible angle that they could negatively spin the shizzle. The geezer says, yeah, but people will say too close to his own fight. Yeah, that's a negative spin. What's he doing over here when he should be over there focusing on his own fight? But listen, let me tell you this. Taking a few hours off from camp, if you schedule the your workouts, and you say on this day we're going to take an evening break, it's not like you're in the same country. It's not like you can't even you're going to take evenings off anyway. So you're going to schedule training to allow you to take an evening off on this particular evening. It's going to be a Saturday, yeah? You probably wouldn't be training Saturday night that deep into Saturday night anyway. You have your morning training. You have whatever, two sessions in the AM. You have a morning session, a lunchtime session. You'd have a spa, deep tissue massage, followed by a spa, jacuzzi, and then the evening's yours. You schedule that in. No alcohol. You have your hotel, get to bed. Immediately after the fight, a couple hours after the fight, you're in bed by midnight. You get back up, go for a run, wherever you are, either in the gym or outdoors. And then some pad work maybe. Have a massage, lunch, and then hit the road back down to Florida, wherever he's training. Or is he training in Brooklyn by that stage? He'd probably be training in Brooklyn by that time. Or is he in Florida still? I don't know. So it wouldn't be too much to take an evening, a few hours at a show. It'd probably be therapeutic. It'd be good for him. Fury and Wilder's resume are both shocking. They are. Where's the documentary? Can't find it. Yeah, you can find it. It's the last video. It's the last video. What's it called? 1 second. Let me find the title. Let me find the title. Who's asking me the question? Lace Hatcher is in the house. He says, where's the documentary? Can't find it. Well, I will give you the title. I'm pretty sure it's uploaded. My channel. There it is. Myth busting. Tyson Fury. Who is the real king? Documentary. There's the picture. There's the thumbnail. There is the thumbnail. It's Tyson in a red tie holding a red mic. Myth busting. Tyson Fury. Who is the real king? That's part one. How long is it? Those are the words. It's 23 minutes, 47 seconds. I had to cut it in half. So that's part one. Part two is up. Right. Where are we? Fury has fought the better fighters. 2 world champs, still crap, but better. Okay. We go into that in the documentary, Marty. They both had it easy, says the geezer. They really have. The guy who hasn't had it easy is the youngest one and the least experienced, and that's Anthony Joshua. I mean, even his last fight with Povetkin, that guy's a killer. That Povetkin's a killer. That guy is a stone cold Ukrainian killer. Hamed is in the house, says, what's up, Dawkins? What's up, Hamed? Good to see you in the house. Smash that like button. If you're late in the house, kindly smash that like button. Smash that like button. Jay Cleary says, running up on Wilder will cause some good news for boxing. Lace Hatcher found it. Yeah, check out that documentary. For anybody who's late in the house, I've just made a documentary about Fury, going into his claim for lineal champ. I go into the incidents about why there was no rematch. I go in deep on the drug taking issue, and I show receipts with dates. It goes in very, very deep. I had to cut it in half because YouTube wouldn't let me do the whole 45 minutes in one go. Yeah, and we're up to date. Sup, Hamid? Hit that, smash that like button, folks. Okay, and so we've effectively come to the close, but I've got a light-hearted topic to finish off with. We finish on a light-hearted note. BTFB is obsessed with Hamid, I know. That's why I was glad to see Hamid in the place. I was glad to see Hamid in the right place. We finish off on a lighter note. I say it's light-hearted, but it wouldn't be light-hearted for you if you were the smash that like button, folks. It wouldn't be light-hearted for you if you were the guy in question. The guy in question is Kubrat Pulev, and there is a lady in his life who is hell-bent on causing him hell and ruination. And that lady's name is Jenny Suchet. I don't know if you saw my video on it, but Jason, what's her name? Jenny Suchet has launched a $600,000 lawsuit. Leighton Evelyn says, smash that like button. Indeed. Jenny Suchet has launched a $6,000. Yeah. The geezer. Yeah. She has launched a $600,000 lawsuit against the man Kubrat Pulev. $600,000. Okay. And the video. Where is the video? I made a video on it about 2 days ago. Breaking news: Jenny Suchet, $600,000 lawsuit against Kubrat Pulev. We're gonna chop that up for a few minutes before we go. Get some opinions. I think it's really unfortunate. The whole situation is really unfortunate, but and I think that Kubrat Pulev made a mistake. Kubrat Pulev, definitely smash that like button before you leave, guys. Whoever hasn't done it. I think we've had some shoplifting visitors. We've had some visitors from the other side who haven't hit the like. That's why the numbers aren't tallying up. We've had some visitors from the other side. That's why the numbers don't tally up. So, back on topic, Jenny, what Pulev did was an error in judgment. It was a mistake on his part, but he did apologize. He was wrong. He apologized. She came to his after party and started lap dancing, winding, and grinding on man. It was a big mistake, says the geezer. It was a very big mistake, but a video popped up on my feed, and it came from her. I'm not subscribed to her. I don't know what's going on, but I guess it's because I've made a few videos on the subject that her video popped up in my feed. I watched it, didn't realize it was from her, and it was amazing. I should have made a note of it or something, but it was when they were setting up for a camera angle. She had a handheld camera, and they were just trying to figure out where they were going to stand. And then she handed it to him, and she changed direction. And that, you know, titties, her breasts are kind of touching him, and they're just making sure they're all in shot, and they look so cozy. Listen, he made a mistake, but when you see the chemistry, I don't know why she didn't take that down, but there's a friendly, warm chemistry between them. You see that on her own channel. There's this warm chemistry between them. And she talked to him about 45 seconds. That's all it lasts, 45 seconds. And she goes, "Are you feeling strong for this?" And he says, "Yes, I strong. I strong." And then he thinks about it for a second. He said, "Did I misunderstand?" He said, "You don't think I'm strong? I strong?" And then she goes, "Yeah, you look very strong." In the meantime, the fake titties are just kind of touching him, and and it's just so cozy. I can see how he made the mistake. I can see. I'm not saying he was right. He was wrong. He was wrong. But I can see how he made the mistake, the energy, the vibe she was giving him. The vibe she was giving him. There's some strong statements being made, and I can't say I disagree. The vibe she was giving him, when you see that little clip, is just 45, but she's just so... I can understand how he made the mistake. I can understand. I can understand how she made the mistake. I'll say again. She goes, "Oh, are you feeling strong? Are you feeling strong?" And then he goes, "Yeah, I'm strong." And he thinks about it for a second, and he goes, "What did she say?" And he looks at her and say, "You don't think I'm strong?" And she goes, "Yeah, very strong." So, "Yeah, I'm strong. I'm strong." So those fake breasts, they there's you can have a good thing and you can have too much of a good thing. Ultimately, what I'm saying, guys, is that Kubrat Pulev made a mistake. I'm not making any excuses for him. My question is, after he apologized, firstly, she didn't have to show it. That could have been something that she could have withheld. She could have edited it out, gone to speak to him later, and said, "Kubrat, I really didn't appreciate you kissing me like that. I felt that was an invasion of privacy. That was an invasion of privacy. That was an invasion of privacy, and you crossed the bounds, Kubrat. Kubrat, you crossed the bounds." She could have done that. But instead, she opted to leave the kiss in the video. She opted to do that. That was her choice. She left the kiss in the video. And then she goes to a Me Too lawyer, Madeleine Albright, or however you pronounce her name. She goes to a Me Too lawyer, Madeleine Albright. Smash the like button, folks. And raises a lawsuit against him. That was something that should have happened in a private conversation. That should have been something that should have gone on in a private conversation. But now she's gone to a lawyer and she wants $600,000 from him. $600K, half for the lawyer and half for her. $300K each. $300K each. Donovan Williams says, "I think the law will back her, to be honest. A woman's right to choose, etc." I don't know. He would have done if without the lap dancing afterwards. The lap dancing afterwards at the Kubrat's after party, it shows that she appeared not to be in distress. She was not distressed. It appears. If she's lap dancing a few hours after she's been sexually abused, allegedly, nah, it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. I think Kubrat has a chance to get justice in this. All that was required was an apology. He gave her the apology. She didn't have to post it up. Could have been behind closed doors. If she insisted on some money, then so be it. Yeah, the lap dancing has killed her. The lap dancing has killed her. If she could have had an apology, not put the kiss in the video, and that'll be that. If she wants a couple of grand on top of that, private, couple grand, fair enough. But she left the video in and she went to a lawyer, a Me Too lawyer. That shows intention. That shows intent. I'm sorry. I hope she loses because she's not a real victim. What happened was unfortunate. All it was required was an apology, a profound apology, maybe a couple grand in the bank. I was wrong. A public apology. I was wrong. Without her saying anything, just issue a public apology. I'll film it. You can do it on my channel. I can make money off it, but it could have gone a whole different way. Jenny Suchet, the route she's taken, I think it's very, very unfortunate. And with that, fellas, I have to say I appreciate your company. It's been another good one. I am feeling more comfortable. I thank you for showing up in the chat. It would be impossible to do this thing. Well, I could do it without you. Where's the fun in that? I like to see people in the chat. I like to talk to the people. I could record this by myself, on myself, but no, I like to see people in the chat and respond to them. Marty Fields come out with a good one that will not be shown. Oh man. Okay, right. So, like I said, I was sick last night. Got it out my system. Got back today. I had a very productive day. I have not left the house, but I've had a productive day nonetheless. I'm weighing up whether I go to the 24-hour place and just hit the treadmill. I'm weighing up. I think I probably will. I'll do a little bit of walking at the very least. I like to get my 10,000 steps in per day. Donovan Williams says, get well soon, Raphie. Keep at it. Yes, I will, sir. Appreciate you coming. Remember, every Wednesday at 9, every Friday at 9. And I might do, if I'm excited by the card on Saturday, I might do a Monday show. Call that the Monday Special Edition. 9 o'clock again. Special edition probably on Monday, but I'll keep everyone notified. I'll put a reminder, probably 24-hour one. So it'll be up on Sunday to remind you it's Monday. Yeah. So once again, folks, I appreciate you being here. Anyone who has not smashed the like button, smash the like button. I'm getting more comfortable with this. I appreciate you being here. Donovan Williams, Pablo, Jake Cleary, Leighton Evelyn, Marty Fieldman, Tommy Temper, The Geezer, Jake Cleary, Marty Fieldman, Donovan Williams. Looking for somebody's name I haven't said yet. Whose name have I not said? I think I've said Jake Cleary. Lance Hutcher. Jake Cleary. Where are we? Looking for Hamed was in the house. Who else was in the house? The Geezer still here. Thank you. Leighton Evelyn still here. AA Boxing and Blunt was in the house. Lace Hatcher was in the house. Marty Fieldman still in the house. To the end, to the bitter end. Yes, that's what I like. Big Boys Boxing was in the house. Yes, we've had a lot of people through. Aaron Mason is studying for his exams. Good luck to him. Good luck, Harrison. Keep your head in the books. Good luck, Aaron. Keep your head in the books, bro. It's almost over now. Anthony Prince was in the house. Yes, Unrivaled Boxing was in the house. Big Boy Boxing was in the house. Yes, I think I've got everybody. Okay, guys, thanks for sharing this time. Have a blessed day, blessed night, and we will speak again soon. Bless up. I'm out.